As a kid, cheesecakes were always my favorite. And this is Michael from Hopping Chef making you a mango cheesecake. In a bowl, some Digestive biscuits, as soon as they've come to a crumbly stage, just break it fine. You could even do this in a blender if you like. Add half a cup of softened butter to it. So once that's done and it's all been mixed well together, take a baking tray, a ring mold, some foil, add in do about 2 or 3 of these and leave them in the refrigerator for an hour or so. In a fresh glass bowl, add some softened paneer or cottage cheese. You could even use cream cheese if you like. Add some sugar to this, a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon powder, a small teaspoon of flour, this helps to bind it, some mango, three whole eggs, whisk it thoroughly, but not too much, before adding some cream. So I've got my tray out of the fridge where the pastry is nicely set, and all that's left is to pour in the filling. Give it a nice tap to settle down and let out all the air bubbles. So that's out of the oven. We're going to leave it to cool for about 10 minutes before I unmold it. If you've liked this recipe for this wonderful mango cheesecake, do subscribe to our channel. It's Hopping Chef. Hi, this is Michael from Hopping Chef.
Hi, this is Fatima from Hopping Chef, and today we are going to make Shahi Tukda.
So tell me, what are the ingredients that go into it?
Okay, so we'll start with slices of bread, sugar, rose water, ghee, condensed milk, strands of saffron, almonds and pistachios for garnish, and elaichi powder, milk.
So what's the first thing we got to do?
So we take the slices of bread and we cut the edges.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we deep fry this bread either in ghee or oil. I would suggest we use ghee because it will enhance the flavor. Now that the ghee is hot, we'll take the slices of bread and fry it.
So we need a plate with some tissue
to soak the excess ghee out of the bread. We'll fry it till golden brown.
It doesn't take too long, does it?
It doesn't take too long. I'm just waiting to eat this.
So I'm just going to turn that off.
Exactly.
And
I think we're done.
just take the last few out.
Again, soak it in tissue paper. So that's the color of the bread we want, nice, crisp and golden. Now we take the milk in a saucepan, bring that to boil.
Okay.
That's about a liter of milk.
So that's going to take about 10 or 15 minutes to boil,
that'll take
right?
some time.
So now the milk has come to a boil, what do we do next?
We take the condensed milk, roughly about 2 tablespoons or 3 if you like it more sweet. You add in the boiling milk.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay.
And then we still reduce it.
Okay.
We can add the saffron
Okay.
in the boil and rose water. That's around 10 ml.
Okay.
And some cardamom powder. 2.5 teaspoons. Let's bring this to boil again.
So this is probably going to take another
it'll take time, let it boil, it'll reduce. We just have to see if the consistency is thick enough.
Okay.
And then
So what's the kind of consistency are you looking for? Is it a custardy consistency?
Yeah, custody.
Okay. So what do you think of this consistency, Fatima?
Let me just check it with the spoon.
Okay.
I think this should be perfect.
Okay.
The milk is done. A little tip, this is the same thing that we use for a rabdi.
Okay, that's lovely.
That's the reduction.
So now I'm going to take this off the fire,
off the fire.
and start the sugar syrup.
So now for the sugar syrup, we take the sugar, that's roughly about 2 cups of sugar. You add it in the pan, right? You add some water.
Very little water.
Very little water. That's enough.
A very important tip when making sugar syrup is never shake the pan, for if you do, you might just end up having sugar lumps in your pan.
Also, I would want to add, chef, we don't want a very thick sugar syrup.
You want one string?
Yeah, 1 string.
Okay.
Now let's get the plating done. We take a lovely square white plate.
Okay.
We place the breads.
Okay.
Let's pour some sugar syrup over the bread.
And do we leave this here for a few minutes?
Yeah, let it soak in.
Okay.
That's the rabdi reduction. We add on the sugar syrup and the bread slices. Lovely.
You don't want too much or you just might end up drowning the bread.
Right.
I'm just going to add just a little bit.
And then we garnish with some pistachios.
Now we're going to put some almonds into it.
Yes. Let's make the dish more rich.
Okay.
And
as
some
rich as
almonds.
possible. Okay.
And we have rose here, so we take some petals out of it and use it just for garnishing. Since the plate is white, a pop of red would look amazing.
Now that looks very romantic, I must say.
And rich.
And rich. Now doesn't that look scrumptious? This is our Shahi Tukda.
Do subscribe if you like it. From Hopping Chef.
Hi, I'm Michael from Hopping Chef.
Hi, my name is Zaid.
Who says young kids can't be in the kitchen today? Here's a living example. So young Zayed, what are we making today?
A spicy mango kulfi.
So let's start.
First of all, we have to add the cream, the fresh cream, into the bowl. Next, we have to add the coconut cream in the bowl. And then we have to stir it.
And we have to give it a good mix. Should I add the sugar whilst you're mixing that?
Yes.
Some sugar.
Now we have to add the mango puree.
So I'll do that whilst you're stirring that. Wow, that looks delicious already. Shall I finish that for you?
Yes.
One little technique one should know is that you should always whisk using your wrist side, not your whole hand. You want to add that little secret ingredient there. What is it?
Chilli flakes.
Oh, wow. So why are we adding a little bit of chili to it?
For a little bit of spice.
Wow. Now what do we have to do?
We have to put it into the molds.
So that's all mixed now. I'm going to get a spoon to ladle this into.
Okay.
Okay? Got a spoon. Get rid of the whisk. So, you're going to seal that up. Okay. Let's get that done. And finally the sticks. There you go. Okay. So wasn't that simple and easy?
Yes.
So do you love making this recipe at home, Zahid?
Yes.
Yes. So now what do we do with this?
We have to put it in the freezer.
Okay, so into the freezer this goes for about 2 hours and we leave it to set. So wasn't that wonderful?
Yes.
Now we're going to take that out. Turn it, yeah, that's it. I'm happy with that. Yep. Just turn it and pull it out. Okay. There we go. Now, isn't that delicious? Oh, you're in a hurry to eat it, aren't you?
Delicious.
Yep. So wasn't that easy, simple, and it's all the more reason to get your kids into the kitchen these days. This is Michael from Hopping Chef, and I hope you've enjoyed this channel. Do subscribe to it.